Okay, we're going to graph this piecewise function, and the first thing I like to do is just stop and look at all the pieces and think about what they should look like. So f of x equals 2x should be a line with a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 0. F of x equals negative 2 should be a horizontal line at a height of negative 2. And f of x equals x squared minus 2 should be a parabola that opens up and is shifted down 2 units. So once we have those things pictured in our minds, we can see that we're just going to have a piece of each one, a piece of a line, a piece of another line, and a piece of a parabola. Now I like to find a couple of points for each piece. And so for the top piece, I'm going to substitute negative 5 into the function. So we have negative 5. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So that's 1 point. And then I'm also going to substitute negative 1 in. So we have negative 1. And then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So that's the second point. However, the first point is going to be a closed circle since we have an equals to there, but the second point is going to be an open circle since we just have a less than sign and not a less than or equal to sign. So we have a closed circle at negative 5, negative 10. Oops. And then we have an open circle at negative 1, negative 2, and we can go ahead and draw that segment. Okay, moving on to the second piece, I'm going to use negative 1 as an x-coordinate for the end point, and its y-coordinate is negative 2. And then I'm going to use 0 as the other end point, and its y-coordinate is negative 2. Now, because we have less than or equal to here, that would be a closed circle at negative 1, negative 2. And because we just have less than there, that would be an open circle at 0, negative 2. So we have a closed circle at negative 1, negative 2. That's the same place we previously drew the open circle, so now we're just filling in that circle. And we have an open circle at 0, negative 2. So we have this tiny little line segment right there. And then for the third piece, let's start with x equals 0. Substitute it into the function and we get negative 2. And then let's also find the other endpoint. So if x is 2, substitute that into the function and we get 2. Just remember, this one's not going to be a line. It's going to be part of a parabola. And that parabola we should expect to open up but be shifted down too. So if we were drawing the whole parabola, it would look something like this. And we're just drawing part of it that goes from x equals 0 to x equals 2. So some piece that looks kind of like that. Okay, so we have a closed circle at 0, negative 2. Oh, and that's going to fill in the open circle that we drew before. And then we're also going to have a closed circle at 2, 2 because of the less than or equal to sign. And so just make sure you make that look like it's curving and not just straight. And there we have our graph.